wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off electrical appliances, lights in and use rooms. Remember, use only what you need. Save. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
Max. Take it to Max.
Want to just get out of town with your friends and family? Having a corporate getaway and have no adequate transport? Then this here is what you need to listen to. Brand new 35-seater Yutong luxury bus is now up for hire at an affordable and negotiable rate. It comes fully equipped with aircon, TV for your relaxation, music soothing your trip, and DVD players to give you variety. Book now by calling 0955 0966 or 977 844 141.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real, cause you look so free, so let's chill. Have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Your jungle.
It's a warm welcome to Prime Television's main news. To present it, my name is Abigail Mtali. Here are the headlines. Shibuyunji farmers complain of delayed farming inputs. 3 apply to be adopted on the PF ticket for the vacant Senga Hill seat. MMD making headways in addressing internal wrangles. Party spokesperson Raphael Nakachinda has announced. In international news, Lesotho elections underway while aimed at resolving tensions. Well, for these and other stories, join us shortly after this break. And now the main news in detail. Farmers in Shibuyunji district have complained of delayed farming inputs for the 2015 and 2016 farming season. The farmers have complained that to date they have not yet received both beso and stop dressing fertilizer. A check at Chibuyunji Depot by Prime TV found scores of residents queuing up for imports, which had just arrived, though in short supply. They claim that their maize has already grown in their fields without any fertilizer. They further claim that the situation is posing a huge challenge to them as they no longer plan well for their fields.
Maize fields of farmers across the country are all looking green, but this is happening even without the additional support of fertilizer. This is so because most farmers have not yet received the commodity. In Chibuyunji district, for example, farmers have complained of a delayed delivery of the commodity. A check at Chibuyunji Depot found farmers trying to acquire the most sought farming commodity, which had just arrived, though in short supply. For them, this is not a good development.
Minister under president fertilizer up to now farmers under fertilizer. They are still complaining. Vula iloka but milis zakula zifunika fertilizer but no fertilizer up to now.
Ineni kama ko pa mutengo babweze ko pa mutengo wa mtu pa 50 kwacha not pa 100 pemene wanafaka apo peve tatanda wala sabalimu sitakwanisa atiyanga nilekwa
mankani amo products wakambepo na peve drama za chepa nafanga tima 400 kwacha manje tifu na fakireko potengwe pe 50 kg back 50 kg kunyamu zora so tifu na apakeko mtengo ndeko pa sogoro ilo tunyamu na papiwa tifu na kama mashini akalia hapo katika kudara kaja kasichoza petrezo loading machine ifunika
danda huyo afunika fertilizer baziambira mu September mushirika shedi basa fertilizer zibwera mu February.
The bags of fertilizer, despite being little, needed to be rebagged because most bags arrived damaged, while other bags were found to be underweight. Workers at this depot were found putting fertilizer in different bags to make a full bag of either 25 kg or 50 kg bag of the commodity. The question is, why is it that year in and year out, the issue of farming inputs has to be an issue? Is the problem with government or disorganization among farmers themselves? Kalan Mchima, reporting for Prime TV News in Chibuyunji District.
Kanu Investment, a company involved in helping subsistence farmers, has advised governments to put in agriculture policies which can boost the sector. Company Director Joseph Kanungwe says currently government is interfering too much with the operations of farmers, making it difficult for them to have better yields. Mr. Kanungwe has advised governments to allow cooperatives to be buying and selling maize to make it more efficient than the current situation where the whole process is left in the hands of the Food Reserve Agency, FRA. And Mr. Kanungwe says the 4 kwacha reduction on milling meal prices is too little considering that Zambia has a lot of maize going to waste. He says this is as a result of mismanagement of the sector by government. Mr. Kanungwe said this in an interview with Prime Television News in Lusaka.
Government was to regularize the production of milling meal by empowering cooperatives. Let the cooperatives be the one to buy and sell maize, and also empower cooperatives to run milling plants. That would help in reducing the milling prices. Right now, the government policies vis-a-vis the FISIP and FRA, these two are necessary expenditure on the government budget. If the government would scrap these 2 programs and empower the farmers and let the farmers learn as free economic agents, then this will contribute to the reduction of minimum prices.
Democracy MMD has announced that it has made headways in dealing with its internal squabbles. Party spokesperson Rafo Nakachinda has informed Prime Television News in an interview that several MPs who campaigned for other political parties in the just ended presidential by-election have already started appearing before the Truth and Reconciliation Committee of the party to make peace. Mr. Nakachinda states that so far about 5 MPs have already appeared before the committee and have shown remorse over their actions. He says those that will genuinely show remorse will be forgiven so as to foster unity in the party ahead of the 2016 general elections. Recently, the MMD expelled 18 members, including MPs, for campaigning for other parties in the just-ended elections.
Well, we're making progress, or we've made tremendous progress. As you know, we set up a disciplinary committee, which in essence is also functioning or working like a truth and reconciliation committee, where members of the party, ordinary members of parliament, as well as officials at whatever level of our party structures have been summoned, those who went astray or transgressed against the regulation of our party. And most of them have expressed regret at what has happened to the party and the role they played in causing the party to perform in a dismal manner like it did in the just-ended presidential by-election. So we've had members of parliament. Yesterday we just concluded hearing Honorable Mike Kaingu, Honorable Elijah Mchima, Honorable Ntoro Piri, Honorable Isaac Banda. That was the lot we had yesterday.
Meanwhile, Mr. Nakachinda has asked President Lungu to put his foot down and give direction in the case involving the DPP. He says the case is now proving to be an academic exercise requiring the intervention of the president. Mr. Nakachinda notes that the process has been politicized, hence calling for President Edgar Lungu's intervention by setting up a tribunal which will result in the DPP Mtembo Nchito to be probed of any wrongdoings.
The DPP is a key factor within the institution, the judicial system of our country. And it is expected that the DPP, should come with clean hands, in that particular office. What is happening right now is very sad. Our fear is that in a subtle manner, without realizing, we are pushing this country to become a failed state. What we should do is to have the president, first of all, take the challenge. The buck stops at him. He is the Republican president, and this is to do with his DPP. He should set up a tribunal. That is the constitutional process to which you can bring the DPP to book.
A senior Patriotic Front PF member in Northern Province says 3 candidates have so far applied to contest the Senga Hill parliamentary by-election in Mbala district on the ruling party's ticket. PF chairperson for elections Musonda Mpakata disclosed that the development to Zanis in Mbala shortly after a meeting with party officials at Mambwe Mission on Friday. Mr. Mpakata named the 3 as former MMD Senga Hill, Member of Parliament Kapembwa Simbao, whose election was nullified, PF losing candidate Gius Yambayamba, and a Lusaka-based clergyman. He declares that the ruling party is ready for the April 14th parliamentary by-election. Mr. Mpakata says the ruling party will follow the due process of adopting a candidate and that the Central Committee would respect the wishes of the lower organs of the party. The PF election chairperson has since expressed happiness with the overwhelming support that the ruling party is receiving in Senga Hill constituency and Bala district in general. The Senga Hill seat fell vacant after the Supreme Court nullified the election of MMD's Kapembwa Simbao following a successful petition by losing PF candidate Gius Yambayamba. The parliamentary by-election will be held together with the Chawama and Masaiti constituencies by-elections slated for 14th April 2015. EDSMAC International has launched its second batch of the 90 Days Challenge, which started last year, November 2014. The 90 Days Challenge, in which 13 heavyweight participants get to compete with each other, is a health awareness program that promotes long and healthy lifestyles. Speaking to Prime Television News, EDMAC Assistant Branch Manager Lani Austria says the program is aimed at dealing with people that are obese, as obesity is the main cause of a lot of deadly diseases. Miss Austria says the program will help a lot of people to stay and maintain a healthy lifestyle, as the program also helps to empower Zambian people as well as create business opportunities.
This program is all about on how are you going to stay healthy, specifically made for those people who are really obese. Okay, those huge people that really wanted to lose weight. Because if you are big, if you are obese, you are really unhealthy, right? You are prone of every, heart disease. Okay, your blood pressure, everything, it goes on.
Business promoting lose weight. And this time, we are here doing our 90 days challenge here in Zambia. And I'm so glad to meet these contenders because I had seen the transformation that they had, what happened to their self. So actually, in Edmark, we are focusing on losing weight. Why? Because nowadays, obesity is already the main problem in our in the society.
Well, you are still watching Prime Television's main news bulletin with me, Abigail Mtali. A reminder of the top stories as we take a commercial break. Shibuyonji farmers complain of delayed farming inputs. 3 apply to be adopted on the PF ticket for the vacant Senga Hill seat. MMD making headways in addressing internal wrangles, party spokesperson Raphael Nakachinda has disclosed. We'll be right back after these commercials. Don't go away.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in unused rooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. Zesco, powering the nation.
What's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Thank you so much for still staying with us. We now continue with the news. The opposition Rainbow Party has questioned the criteria used by the ruling Patriotic Front PF to adopt a candidate whose seat was nullified as a result of malpractice. Rainbow Party Lusaka Province Chairman Goodson Banda has described the move for the PF to adopt Michael Katambo, whose Masaiti seat was recently
ino MPF munalilamula kuti wamene apereka mulandu ku court wa petition ngatawina petition bazamuyimilika kwa bamuzi bajamwe chichitika kuma saiti. State Mwale is the provincial chairman for PF Nikoba Belt. Anaista petition ujawameni wakambati Matambo wabu masaiti wa MMD Katambo. Anaista petition Katambo pakankani ku Supreme Court. Then State Mwale anawina mulandu. Banaista nalifai ijasit. Last week ujamuntu Katambo anaista defect from MMD to PF. Lelo Katambo bamwimirika as a candidate ni masaiti. Manje, question ni Manga State Mwale chamela anali kumenyera chani.
The PF has settled to field MMD's Michael Katambo in the Masaiti by-election slated for 14th April, sidelining Mr. Stadi Mwale, who petitioned the seat. Meanwhile, Rainbow officials in Chongwe have warned the party against sidelining founding members when it comes to adoptions. The members say it would be suicidal for the party to consider newcomers for adoptions when founding members are still available. They have since pledged to work hard for the party and deliver victory in 2016. The members said they choose to join the party because of the tasted leadership of party president Winter Kabimba. But Lusaka Province Chairman Goodson Banda has assured the members that no one will be adopted for any position unless they are in the party registers. He acknowledged that such actions only breeds disorder to any party.
The Rainbow Party has continued with its grassroots party mobilization to safely prepare itself ahead of the 2016 general elections. On Friday, the party's provincial leadership, led by its chairman Goodson Banda, were in Chongwe district to meet its ward and constituency officials. Here, party officials presented their concerns to the provincial leadership and how the party should work towards delivering victory for the party in 2016.
Tandiza bwanji isitayamba Rainbow muzati protecta bwanji kulibena baja bakamvera Rainbow ya kwera kuyo baja bali pamamba baja bakutibaba moto kinachikikapo PF kinayamba PF pakati pamena bwera PF ya mboveka kuna bwera baja bamene bakuru so imwe muzati protecta bwanji
Izo ndisa vantu walimba kuti ngati matitu moti endanu tizaenda titangizeni na mtima umozi kulingana na kuti takonda chipani cha Rainbow. Empowerment mutipase hapo please mutitandize ndisa vantu vafutika noti kuti kukabwere mairo wa motoka mukajumbe mukande kurujo wa motoka
osheni mbumba yoseni tapaliwa perwepo 100 kwacha kwebati vajoine chipani cha Rainbow but tulelomba kofi
Mr. Banda and his leadership took time to respond to the questions raised, but were more particular in urging party officials against involving themselves in violent activities.
Tifuna kungala bantu wokondana noti tega timenyana. That is a long time gone type of politics. If what waikana ikani menyana already lezo muzani utaoni sukuri bwili.
It is overwhelmingly clear that the party slowly and steadily making ring-roads in Lusaka, and this should be a wake-up call to other parties to re-energize and awaken their structures at all levels. Kalan Chima reporting for Prime TV News in Chongwe District.
Thank you so much, Kalan, for that report. Moving on, Zambif Zambia PLC has paid tributes to its customers for being there for the company. The company has in return started recognizing its clients through promotions to award them through their support. Speaking during an interaction with its clients, Zambif Hospitality Manager Craig Scott says the aim of the competition is to give back to the people of Zambif as well as promote the company and to improve its dealership. Mr. Scott has further guaranteed Zambif customers countrywide the best products and services that the company can offer.
trying to promote Zambeef, get it back into one of the top companies in Zambia again. And we're also trying to give back to the people that are giving to us. So it's about the community and giving to them, and in turn growing Zambeef and making it a better company for everybody. Yeah. The competition runs for 6 months.
Our people, our staff, to realize the customer is boss, the customer should be spoiled, the customer is king. We exist because of the customer. It's not an accident that we are where we are. The main reason why Zambeef is where it is because of the customer, the Zambian customer. So the Zambian customer is very close to our hearts, and that is why we're trying to reward them with the Win 50,000 Kwacha campaign.
The grand draw will take place 2 months from now, with lucky customers walking away with various goods. And speaking at the same event, Zambeef Group Head Marketing Officer Luvinda Chamileke says Zambeef has realized that customers deserve the best, and that the company aims to not only employ but to empower and change people's lives by coming up with various competitions. International news.
Apple Max. Take it to the max.
What makes the new Yo-Yo Chipsy so unique? 100% natural ingredients. Nothing artificial. Just a pure experience of freshness. Chipsy potato chips. We know you'll love them.
Welcome back. In international news, Lesotho is voting in snap elections aimed at resolving tensions among the nation's warring political factions. About 1.2 million people are registered to vote in the poll. Last year, Prime Minister Thomas Thabane suspended Parliament to avoid the motion that would have ousted him as head of the coalition government. He later fled, saying he was the target of a coup attempt after the military, known to have links to the opposition, attacked the police headquarters. He soon returned escorted by South African police and is now contesting the election. Lesotho is completely surrounded by South Africa, which played a key role mediating. Zimbabwe's President Robert Mugabe has admitted failures in the country's controversial land reform program. In the past, he has tended to blame poor agricultural productivity on the weather and Western sanctions. The seizure of land from white farmers is seen as a key factor in Zimbabwe's economic meltdown since 2000. They point to continuous problems in accounting for low production levels and the underutilization of farms, which reflect badly throughout land policies, he says. Mr. Mugabe, who has ruled Zimbabwe since independence in 1980, was interviewed on the state's broadcaster, ZBC, to mark his 91st birthday, which he celebrated last weekend. He said he wanted to encourage farmers to go into wheat farming and blamed low productivity on the new commercial farmers for failing to utilize all their land. Well, for these and more stories on international news, here is Al Jazeera.
Vigils are being held in the Russian capital Moscow after an opposition leader was gunned down. Boris Nemtsov was a fierce critic of Russia's president. Vladimir Putin has condemned the killing. The US has asked for an impartial inquiry. The UN envoy to Syria is heading to Damascus for a 2-day visit. Staffan de Mistura is trying to get the rebels and the Assad government to agree to a truce in the city of Aleppo. He said last week the Syrian government had indicated its willingness to temporarily halt all aerial bombardments over the city. The envoy is sending in a separate team to Aleppo to assess conditions there. Condemnation is continuing over the destruction of Iraq's ancient relics by ISIL fighters. Iraq's Minister for Tourism and Antiquities says it needs help from the international community.
What happened is a gross violation, not only to the Iraqi civilization but to the human heritage. We call on the international community to stand up to this criminal gang. The ministry will adopt the necessary legal measures. However, the world community should come together and support Iraq. On our part, we will be opening the Iraqi National Museum, and we promise the Iraqi people that our answer will be to open more museums and shape our future.
India's finance minister has presented the first full budget of the government headed by the Hindu nationalist Prime Minister Narendra Modi. The government has announced a universal social security programme which includes health insurance for India's millions of poor. US President Barack Obama has signed a bill that gives the Department of Homeland Security just one more week of funding. A last-minute vote in Congress averted a partial shutdown of the agency in charge of internal security. Congress now has 7 days to find a longer-term solution to the department's funding problems. Voting is underway in Lesotho's general election. It's being held 2 years ahead of schedule in a bid to ease political tension. In August, the Prime Minister accused his deputy and the military of planning to topple him.
Finally, in sports news, the Zambia Under-20 national soccer team has left for Senegal for the 2015 Africa Youth Championship. The team connected to Senegal through South Africa. The Zambian lads are making an appearance at the Continental Youth Championships after an absence of over 5 years. Well, that sport item brings us to the end of the main news, but as we go, we leave you with the headlines. Shibuyonje farmers complain of delayed farming inputs. 3 applied to be adopted on the PF ticket for the vacant Asenga Hill seat. MMD making headways in addressing internal wrangles, party spokesperson Raphael Nakachinda has disclosed. And finally, in international news, Lesotho elections underway aimed at resolving tensions. Well, thank you so much for your time. This has been Abigail Mtale. Do enjoy the rest of our programs.
Hey girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you for just a minute. Where you live and what you like to do?
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
Okay, I'm just trying to get with someone real cause you look so free. So let's chill, have a drink with a guy like me.
Apple Max, baby. You need to give me Apple Max, baby.
A quality product from Californian Beverages.
Potato sticks, freaky fries. Get that awesome crunch.
Would you wear all your favorite hats at the same time? Well, we wouldn't either. That is why we suggest you use only what you need. Switch off all electrical appliances and lights in our newsrooms. Remember, use only what you need and save power today. Switch and save. ZESCO, powering the nation.